Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Well, it's official. Kellen Moore is now the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator. It's true. It's been speculated, it's been talked about, it's been analyzed, and we've thought, we've hoped, and weren't sure it was really going to happen, but apparently it is. And John Kitna, well, he is the quarterback coach, and we saw Dak Prescott downtown. Unfortunately, didn't get an opportunity to actually talk with him. But Dak apparently is on board with Kellen Moore, thinks he's got a great mind, although somebody pointed out the fact that Dak is going to be a politician down the road, and of course, what is he going to say? Oh, Kellen Moore sucks. Oh, no. Of course he's going to support him. But I'm going to go with this and try and be optimistic. Because, you know, nobody thought that Sean McVay was going to do what he did with the Rams. You know, he came from a system that, we're talking about the Washington Redskins, we're talking about hot garbage. And yet, in 2 years, they went to the Super Bowl. You've got a young quarterback, Dak, who, you know, is learning his way. You've got some weapons and things that came on as the season went on. And I think, actually, John Kitna may be better working the mechanics with Dak Prescott than Dak Prescott working with Kellen Moore. Because here's the thing. A lot of people have said, well, you know, Kellen Moore, he didn't do much with Dak Prescott. Well, hold on. Let's back up here for a second. Let's stop for just a minute. Because there's been basically three pieces to Dak Prescott's career. The first about 18 games, he played incredible. And then for about 10 games, it wasn't really good. Excuse me, not 18 games, 24 games, I should say. Then it was like 10 of them in a row that weren't really good. Then all of a sudden he went back to his form of 2016. Now keep in mind, Kellen Moore has only been quarterback coach of the Cowboys since this past season. So Dak had already regressed from his rookie year and was in a slump. So we don't know if the transition was actually maybe Kellen Moore working with Dak Prescott more, or if it was the fact that Miles started to develop, the fact that Jason Garrett was more of the play calling, the fact that you got Amari Cooper. You know, all these things could contribute. Sorry, been up since 5 o'clock this morning, went to bed at midnight, so I have not had a lot of sleep and stuff. So a lot of this may actually be Kellen Moore's influence, but there's a big difference between coaching somebody on the field, as in teaching mechanics and timing and things like that, as opposed to actually calling plays. Calling plays is recognizing the situation, the down and distance, what the defense is going to give you, their tendencies. It's actually more calculated, actually calling plays in the right situation and knowing the knowledge that it is necessary to actually being the guy that does it. Let me give you an example. The general of the army is the one who calls the plays, tells the guys, we want to attack this point or that point or that point or whatever. You know, here's the timing of what we want to do. We want to bring in some bomb. We want to soften it up. But it's the sergeants that are down in there that are actually teaching the soldiers and actually doing those things in the field. You follow what I'm saying here? So, going from being quarterback coach to the play caller is like going from being a sergeant to a general. Okay? So you're looking at the whole picture of what is going to be executed as opposed to the dealing with the infantry, dealing with the bombers, dealing with the fighters, and so forth. Okay? So that's the difference right there. And we already know that the philosophy is not going to change from Jason Garrett's philosophy. Basically, this team has been built to do exactly what Jason Garrett's philosophy is, which is big offensive line that's going to maul you. You've got your bellwether running back, and you've got a couple of deep threats now to go with Dak Prescott. So the question becomes is, can Dak Prescott end up being more Tony Romo-like with less turnovers? That'll be the question. And only time will tell on that one, friends. So I'm not going to throw this one under the bus just yet. I'm going to give it some time and see how it works out. And don't think just because Kellen Moore was under Scott Linehan that everything's going to be exactly the same as Scott Linehan. Remember, Sean McVay was under John Gruden, and I dare say their offense is a lot different than what the Washington Redskins are doing. So I'm going to try and give you a little bit of hope. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.